Okay, so I can sometimes predict the future. Not always, not on demand, but sometimes. And like 10 days ago, I predicted that around the 1st of March, which was yesterday, I would make an important invention. And it seems that maybe I did. We'll have to check that. The idea is to combine the two things I make, the image recognition and the textual logic engine. Because making image recognition is complicated and gets to the boundaries of programming itself. There's difficulty in naming things because you're talking about visual objects or properties of visual objects. You have to invent names for that. Or you let something like a neural network infer everything, but they are not perfect either. I'm thinking about a new combination of programming and learning, and the logic engine plays an important role. You'll see in a moment, I hope. Vector is asleep, so hey Vector. The cube finding works pretty well if it's a certain position. There are just the limits to the algorithm as it is built right now. For example, it only checks this inner part for the center of the cube. Hey Vector, stay awake. But we could extend it to the whole area to also recognize a cube that's, come on Vector, that's partly in frame. And this is the fold image, or the resolution, the result of a convolution of the prototype image, which is just an image of the cube. Hey Vector, go explore. Yeah, it's the result of the convolution of the prototype image and the input image. And a bright spot means a good match. And if it's in the right position, you will see that... Oh, Vector, stop moving. I'm trying something. You shouldn't do this with a live robot. Here. There's really one spot that is not only kind of bright, but is also noticeably brighter than its surroundings. Like a little local maximum. And that's where it thinks the cube is. It's an approach that works for certain situations. And the challenge is to make an algorithm that combines individual recognizers to a combined result that works in many circumstances. And that's basically where we want to go. And in order to do that, we explain in words to the machine what we're trying to do. Okay, let's disable this for a moment. And maybe this too. A little distracting. And yeah, playground is always a good start. Medication today is decaf coffee. Because I drank all my iced tea, and too much caffeine is not good. Here is a start. Let's make things simpler and just give the full path. Camera images are in. We shouldn't have to use these brackets. That's something the machine should figure out. Oh, hey. This one? Oh, the other one was just downsampled on purpose. I always choose a resolution that makes the most sense for the task. Downsampling is a core process step. If you choose the right resolution, you can find things the easiest. Yeah, this one is the, I think, original one, more or less. What do we get? We get 640 pixels wide. Yeah, this one is downsampled too, I think, to 128. I don't know, let's check. It is... Oh, 46 only. 64. 64 pixels. It's to save time. You don't always need the full resolution. In fact, it can be a problem, because if you blur out some of the features, all the sides of the cube look the same, basically. So in a first recognition step, it makes a lot of sense to ignore small details. And then if you say, okay, there is probably a cube and you want to know which side it is, you go to the finer resolution and check further. But what we want is fast results for basic facts, like is there a cube or is there a home station? Vector died again in front of his home station, looking at it but not seeing it or something. It ran out of battery. It happens, so it's not perfect yet. So these 1 or 2 milliseconds, that's what I'm looking for. Really fast initial results. Probably humans work the same way. Your basic system recognizes if there's a threat, lion detected, and then the details of the lion are not that important. Only if you have a lot of time, then you look more closely at objects. This is 2 milliseconds in Java. It's the running gag that Java is supposed to be slow. Since it was invented, people said Java is so slow. I always knew that wasn't really right. And it's not right at all, actually. Java is super optimized. It just starts slowly sometimes. Or, yeah. Because it makes the code on the fly. But once it's running, it's pretty fast. Goal, talk to Logic Engine about the task. My screen is crammed, obviously. Okay, we can live with a smaller image. Make a snapshot. So I make this rule-based logic engine, and people have been saying for eternity that rules are not a basis for AI, because you can't make enough rules and whatever. I beg to differ, because you can make rules in a smarter way that has been done before. The rule idea is not dead at all. Well, here's another example for the, if you haven't seen it yet, for the downsampling. Recognition in 8 pixels. Downsampling is smart, actually. Okay, I think I stressed that point enough. Let's say something like each camera image each camera image should have an, actually infos is not actual English, is it? I think information doesn't have a plural, so you should say info instead of infos. But I happen to name these files like this. Here in these are the vector snapshots. I make these files called .infos. A name we have to live with for now, I guess. And it just says where things are in the picture, either they're recognized by a machine or this is the human-produced annotation. So each of the JPEGs should have one of the info files. And right now I think the hardcore programming part starts. It's probably going to be another 2 hours of relatively dry stuff, we'll see. But this is my life's work, so I will complete it. And then I'll be proud. So this is the typical way is we have a fact like this one, and we make a rule out of the fact, which for now is manual but will be automated too. So The rule pretty much is if X is a camera image, then it should have a file like this. So from this fact comes this rule. And now we could, for example, look for images in the directory. Let's open up another eval window. Old stuff in there. We can list directories. That's a feature of my programming language. List image list files, for example. That does it. It lists as an as an array, which is a bit annoying. I could change it, but I don't like to change code that breaks other code. Yeah, it's used a lot, it seems. Let's check the CPU use for a moment. Yeah, there's something weird. These are Java garbage collectors, and they are very busy sometimes. I almost think it might be a Java bug. Now it goes down. Now it's gone. Sometimes the garbage collector does a lot of work, but there's not much else happening. I'm not even recognizing. I'm just copying these camera images. Not sure if that's supposed to be like that. Is there one with a list? We should have that. I don't like this array business. Okay, now obviously the hardcore programming stuff starts. Warning, base AI work. So, I have to free myself from the perceived need of entertaining all the time. Because some parts of these streams are not going to be super entertaining, depending on your, I don't know, preferences. I just like to code in front of a camera. I expect the entertainment value to go up the more the AI is able to do. So, okay, where were we? First we make this into a nicer function, returning a normal list. Shoop. Make the chat even smaller or something. Still enough to read. List files as list. List files as list. That's a great name. List files as list. And same thing here. There goes this. Hey Vector, what's the weather? It's slowly getting better. We had the worst weeks of rain. Cold and rainy. Super rainy. Okay. List files as list. No? Oh, did I do the wrong thing? Yes, I did the wrong thing. I overwrote instead of copying. But it can be fixed. Wait, what? Oh, I didn't actually. What? I'm confused now. Oh, I did not do the wrong thing. Whatever. I think we're good now. Yes, 814 files. So the general thing we want to do is bridge English and Java. So here's some Java code, up there's some English code, and we need to make one from the other in both directions probably. So each camera image should have an infos file. We need to find out which camera images there are. Okay. We can do that one. A lot of these little coding things are just very mechanic. Totally AI optimizable. List image files. Okay, from this up here, we could rewrite to $x is a file in is an image file to $x is a camera image. That's a valid theory. And so we have to go from this here to up here. And we can include Java functions into this logic engine. However, it probably requires a bit of code. Maybe we want to just get out of that problem. Here's the logic engine. Am I still editing? No. Close some stuff. Let's close a lot of stuff. Close, 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 close. Here's a typical extension of the logic engine. It does things like comparisons, and it defines them in terms of a tiny bit of Java code or JavaX code. So basically we would want to automate that. Include Java code in logic engine easily. Yeah, let's try something funny. Let's try whatever that means. Native auto native functions. Native in this case meaning Java. mm. Here we should auto native function. Yeah, here we list the function we want to have included. List image files. Okay. There's something I think like fact handler. Okay. Fact preprocessor. Yes. Auto Java, there is something already. See? Interesting. Yeah, it's similar. It's used for these little procedures that you can also make in the logic engine. Interesting. So, once again, I find out I already coded something. I really do forget some stuff I coded because it's so much, it's impossible to remember all of it. So I can surprise myself with old code I made. That's pretty cool. Let's try this one first. Yeah, let's forget this here. Let's try out this one. Has it been tried? Somewhere? Yes, it has. Okay. How about this? Extension auto Java. Enabled extension. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's some kind of fun foundation work here to make the engine more extensible. Extensions. Nah. Extensions. Am I using that? I'm sure I've been using it somewhere. Extensions. Oh, get extension. Okay, I get it. Here, for example. Here's another question. Enableable. Is that is that a word? That's my question. Enableable. That sounds horrible. Something which can be enabled. Enableable. Okay, it said humorous in the dictionary. Enableable extensions. I kind of like it. Let's stick with it. It's not supposed to be enableable, right? Enableable. Seems an extra E is called for. Enableable extensions. Map some string to some code on the bot. Okay. Enableable. I want to keep the core logic engine small and have a lot of extension modules that you can link in, but not bloat the core engine with extensions of any kind. Enableable extensions. Basically like this, rather. Name. Enable. Add fact preprocessor. Enable extension. If enable extension. If there's no extension by that name, we warn. Otherwise, we run the extension. It returns a Boolean. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. We return whether we are handling this fact. So it's not even stored as a fact, we just consumed it. Okay, that was crap. This should say bot. Yep. Yep. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. Then we go to the playground and add this function here. Standard imports. Wait, maybe we had this function already. What's called standard imports. Wait. Standard imports. Aha. Yeah, whatever. Enable extension auto Java. Nope. Here. Aha. And then we say Java list image files. Importing Java function list image files. Interesting. And then there's this for in syntax. And this Python-like indentation, which I felt like using for this part of the language. For $x in list image. Oh, it doesn't take arguments yet. It's supposed to look like this. This is an image file. Whatever, like this. Got procedure. Yeah. Not bad. Okay, it doesn't take arguments yet. Let's make a backup. Let's see if we can make arguments work. Add native predicate, how does that work? Ah, map inv. Yep. All we need is the map, which contains the variable value. You'll probably get the quotes too. Okay, just for now, let's say unquote. Let's see. Transpiles. See if anything good happens. It is calling the function as indicated by the transpile. Oh! Yes. It did something. I would like to add quotes around this though. Add quotes around these file names because they will not be parsed that well. I think the parser will make individual words out of this. However, the engine should be able to deal with this. Let's have a little test. Where's my top-down parser? Yeah, we have one default pattern called asterisk is asterisk, and it matches nicely, leaving this as one part and an image file is the other part. Let's do it really coarse and just make another function that also quotes. For testing the logic for integration into an early version of the logic engine. We can't solve all the problems at once, so we have a little hack here. List image files, quote all. And we will have to reload the transpiler, actually. Wait, there's a function up here. No? There should be one. And just reload, or we can just close this one. Nope. Not working. It needed to restart something, reload. Okay, now we have it coded, which is very easy to parse. Very nice. Okay, and it also applied the next row. So we now have file name is a camera image. Each camera. Yeah, why isn't this next row firing? That's the one that confuses me. No, it is firing. I just didn't read. It's just the order was weird. I thought this should be here first above this. Or did it just stop? Oh yeah, it has this limit of 1000 facts. It just stopped, that's the reason. Per file we are seeing 3 lines as we should. Is an image file, is a camera image, and thus it should have an .infos file. We could show the number of facts deduced. Facts deduced. Let's see. Standard life value section, yes. Standard life value section. I want to change this title facts deduced to the number of facts deduced. So here. This works. Calculated life value. Facts deduced. Facts out. Oh, Vector thought somebody said Alexa.
Here's something I found on the web. According to DannyWeb.com, Alexa is the tracker of how much traffic is there in your site.
Alexa lecturing me about another Alexa. Ah, shut up. I don't really like Alexa, in fact. This takes a class name, which is string. Oh, come on. There. This has to work now. Programming is such a slow discipline. So time consuming. Oh no, it is able to deduce more facts. Wait. Ah, no, it's okay. It's not the number of lines, it's the number of characters. Now let's do something better. And facts. See how this is all just administrative programming? All the stuff you have to do to make a program work. Display things and so on. All these minor errors that are just barely an error at all. But the machine is so critical, so precise that every little error is an error. One of the things we can change with AI. All right. Yeah. 998. It stopped just shy of 1,000. Anyway, we have enough facts to work with here. So let's see, what does an .infos file mean? Yeah, every time I change something here, it runs the engine again. That's really quite excessive. Let's make a little flag for that. No. Where do we show the check mark? Down here, maybe there's some space. There's the right margin. That wasn't that hard. Okay. Now we have to make it use this flag. In program. Here. If not enabled. And if you enable it, it should just run the program once. Enabled. Yep. Say we disable and we change something, it doesn't do anything. If we re-enable, it will run the program once. Yes, that's good. So let's define what it means that a file has this associated .info file. I don't think we have a definition construct yet. Like we want to define this as some expression. We could go both ways, right? Arrow to the right, arrow to the left. Let's see, has info file. Associate info file. Yeah, let's make a function as associated info file. File exists. Also, the file should be not null. Yeah, but it's not going to work like this because it doesn't know when to run this. Also, we need to import it. It's a bit of a different thing. This one returned a list of things, of strings. And this one returns a Boolean. So it's basically a native predicate. It might just work actually. Okay, let's see. Ignore this one. Let's say the fact we have this, that it should have such a file. Can make a procedure. If it has the file, we say it's okay. Else is not okay. And let's see if that works. I thought that should do something. Ah, there's some fail here. Parse Pythonesque procedure. What's happening? Or do I have to use brackets here? Yeah, I have to use brackets. It's not completely Python-esque. I've been doing a bit of Python lately and it does not require these outer brackets. But okay. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty nice, right? We did something that is more or less like logic with a little bit of Java in it. And now we get these things is not okay, is okay. So we know where to go further. Vector making noise. So it should take these not okay statements and ask us about it. It should suggest a question. Oh, concurrent modification exception, that's cool. Yeah, let's change that quickly. If I'm getting the results from the logic engine and it runs again at the same time, we will get concurrency problems. Do we have any synchronized lists? Facts. And I think this one synchronizes on the list. Does by doing this here, and this one synchronizes. Okay. Yeah, I think that was the one. That was the fix. Almost. Not synchronized, and this is synchronized. Mm-hmm. So X is not okay. Show image .x with comment. Please annotate with objects seen in picture. Yeah. No, wait, what? Oh, it takes a file and not a string, yes. Okay. Another standard conversion. Oh yeah, let's give ourselves a little icon, or a command rather. Tray icon. Refresh transpiler. Refresh transpiler. Items. No. Yes, it's here. Refresh transpiler. There we go. And we can run it again by disabling and re-enabling. Is it any better though? That's confusing. Huh? That has to be one of the stupid bugs. Oh, maybe I have to reload this one. Yes, okay. This reloading system, when I change some code in the repository, the reloads should be more automatic. Anyone who depends on live code being taken from the repository should update themselves. Okay, so this is the instruction for the GUI part. Show image. With comment, please annotate with objects seen in picture. So that's basically the way we want to do things. More natural language rules, less programming. Okay, Vector going crazy as usual. Hey Vector, what's my name? Yeah. Okay, I'll continue without the stream though. Thanks, Darby. Thanks, everyone.